Hi, I'm Sam Thurgood and welcome to my 2-minute Parsha. In this week's Sidrot of Behar and Bechukotai, we learn about 3 different concepts in fairly quick succession. The first is the Shemitah, the sabbatical year, that every year all farmers in Israel must let their land lie fallow. The second is the mitzvah of ribit, of interest, that one may not charge interest when one lends money to a fellow Jew. And the third is the mitzvah of Yovel, the 50th Jubilee year in which slaves go free. The Ishbitzer Rebbe, Rabbi Mordechai Yosef Linus, says that Hashem is teaching us through these 3 mitzvot that we should not place our trust and the foundations of our lives in any of the things that make up the world in which we live, only in Hashem. Rarely, he says, people tend to trust in space, in a time, and in people. And what the Torah is telling us is do not trust in space, the land, which exists as part of this world. Every 7 years, you're going to lose it because you never really own it. Don't trust in time, the interest that accrues from your money. Invest for the future. You should be responsible, but that is not ultimately what's going to make your life a success or a failure. That's the prohibition against interest. You can't take interest on the money because you don't really own that either. That isn't the key to your success. And finally, human potential, human capital, that the slaves go free in the Jubilee year to show you that even when you have people in whom you have invested, ultimately they are not yours either. They also go free. And after that he says, Ani Hashem Elokeichem, I am Hashem your God, says Hashem. You should realize that the key, the secret of life to achievement and to deep meaning is not through time, space, or people, but through our connection to Hashem, which we then, of course, invest appropriately in this world. But finally, he says, a person looking at this says, gee, the religious life is something that's really going to deprive me. I'm not going to have space, I'm not going to have time, I'm not going to have human potential. What am I going to have? No, Hashem says, you don't realize the exact opposite. Because he concludes the end of those 3 sections, I am Hashem who took you out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Israel. I am Hashem who's taken you out of these narrow confines of time, space, and human potential, and in fact have given you the infinite. Shabbat Shalom.